But go ahead and just come laying down onto your mat. I'll join you there in a second. Let your hands come to rest down by your sides. You're welcome to keep the eyes open at the beginning, or if you prefer, you can start to close down the eyes a little bit. Just try not to fall asleep at the beginning. I want you to see if you can relax your shoulder blades, maybe rotate them down the length of the spine. Feel the entire upper back lay flush into the mat. Let your feet just naturally lay down on the mat. Let your legs rest in the hip sockets. Just take this time to start to quiet down the mind, quieting down your thoughts. Let's take a moment, take a deep breath in through the nose, and sigh it out through the mouth. Take another breath in through the nose, draw that breath into the belly, and exhale, sigh it out through the mouth. And then see if you can find that breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Then just start to let the mind quiet down. Let all of your stress and worries melt away. With every breath in, I want you to think about breathing in some love and light, some happy, positive energy. And with every exhale, let go of some fears, your worries, whatever may be stressing you out today. And just try to think about that as you continue to breathe here at the beginning of our practice. Breathing in to find that lift, that love, that light. And exhaling, letting go of that negativity, all of that fear, your worries. I will join you here. Just allow yourself this time to feel connected to your mat, to connect to your practice and your breath. Nothing else exists but you on your mat today. Maybe you'd like to set an intention to reconnect to as we begin to find some movement in our practice. An intention could be something as simple as maintaining a steady breath. Maybe you'd like to be a little bit more intentional with your time on the mat today. You'd like to find a little more peace. Whatever it may be, just use this time to really focus in on that intention. Gentle breaths in, gentle breaths out. Let's start to add a little bit more movement here. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and inhale. Bring the biceps up by the ears, point through the toes, take a full body stretch. Breathe in deeply to lengthen through the spine. Exhale, soften the shoulders away from the ears. Another inhale to lengthen. And exhale, bring the hands down by your hips. On that next breath in, we'll bring the left knee into the chest. So 10 fingers interlace underneath that left kneecap. Think about drawing your knee into the center of your chest or in towards your heart. We're going to start to make this more of an active stretch by engaging through your upper body muscles, really using your biceps here to draw that knee as close as you can into the body. Take one more deep breath in, and then exhale, release that left leg down the length of your mat. Inhale, bring right knee in towards the chest. It's okay to start that right knee a little further away. And as you continue to breathe and engage the upper body muscles, with every inhale, draw the right knee closer to the heart. Think about keeping all 10 toes gently flexed here, so that way we're alleviating any tension out of the joints, protecting the joints as well. One more deep breath in, and exhale, release that right leg down the length of your mat. From here, bend both knees, letting the palms of the feet connect to the mat. Walk the heels in almost to where you can graze them, or if you can, graze them with the backs of the fingertips. Let the palms of the hands rest, framing the width of your hips. And from here, take a deep breath in to gently lift the hips off of the mat. Shift your weight into the shoulder blades to support you. There's no tension in your neck. See if you can squeeze through the glutes and use your core for a little bit more stability here. In our first bridge pose, let yourself just breathe. Feel the body start to awaken with your practice. Take one more breath in through the nose. And then we're going to exhale gently. Lower the hips down to the mat. We're going to move through some bridges here. On that next breath in, lift the hips up towards the sky. Squeeze through the glutes. Exhale. Gently let the glutes tap down onto the mat. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale to lower. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale to lower. One more time. Inhale, lift the hips. And stay here for 2 breaths. Everybody keep breathing in at that steady pace. And as you exhale, set the hips back down onto the mat. Inhale, bring both knees into the chest for double and really big pose. Give yourself a nice big hug here. We're going to start to open up through the hips next. Whenever you're ready, exhale, release the palms of the feet back down onto the mat. Palms of the hands rest by the hips. Take a deep breath in to lift your right foot off the mat. Cross right ankle on top of left thigh. Use that right hand to gently press your right knee away over towards the right side of the room. You're going to feel this gently open up through that right hip flexor. Again, think about keeping the toes of the right foot flexed. And then on your next inhale, we're going to lift the left palm of the foot off the mat. Bring all 10 fingers to interlace behind your left thigh. See if you can keep left knee and right knee bent 90 degrees. Really engage through those biceps to hug the left knee in towards the heart. Use your right elbow to keep the right knee pointed to the side of the room. On that next breath in, begin to gently extend that left foot up towards the sky. If you'd like to, you can release that left quad a little bit more in line with the hip. You're going to feel this stretch out through that left hamstring as well as open up through the right hip flexor. Take a deep breath in, exhale, bend through left knee, set that foot down onto the mat, uncross the legs, and then inhale, cross the left ankle on top of right thigh. Use your left hand to gently press that left knee away. Again, you should feel this opening up through that left hip flexor here, that left IT band. And on that next inhale, we lift the right palm of the foot off the mat, bring all 10 fingers to interlace behind that right thigh. Again, use your left elbow just to gently press the left knee away. Inhale, draw right knee closer into the body. All 10 toes are curled in towards the shin. And on that next inhale, we'll extend the right foot up towards the sky. And you can soften that right quad a little bit more in line with the right hip. Try to keep the left knee pointed over to the left side of the room. Take one more breath in. Exhale, bend through right foot. Set that right palm of the foot on the mat. Release left palm of the foot down onto the mat. Beautiful job. Let's keep opening up through those hamstrings. I want you to extend both legs down the length of your mat whenever you're ready. On that next inhale, we're going to lift that left leg up towards the sky. If this feels pretty tight here, I want you to lift that left leg just until you feel a little bit of tension through the quads. From here, extend your fingers towards the front edge of your mat. Take a deep inhale, engage through the core to lift the shoulder blades off of the mat. Place all 10 fingers behind that left thigh and gently lift that left leg closer in to the forehead. With your breath, try not to round out through the shoulders. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. To get a little bit deeper, you can bring the palms of the hands up onto the calf. To help you really guide that knee in towards the forehead. Move with your breath here. Inhale, draw the leg closer. Exhale, soften out. Inhale to lift. Exhale, soften one more time. In here, and we'll hold for 2 breath cycles. As you exhale, you can release that left leg and the shoulder blades back down onto the mat. Inhale, we lift the right leg off the mat until you find that little bit of tension on the back. Right hamstrings. Again, bring the fingertips to point towards the front side of the mat. Inhale, gently lift the shoulder blades off the mat. And let all 10 fingers interlace behind that right thigh to start. If this feels good today and you'd like to get a little bit deeper, go ahead and start bringing the right palm of the hands onto the right calf. Inhale, draw the knee closer in towards the body. Exhale, soften away. Inhale, bring the knee in. Exhale, soften. One more time. Inhale, hug that knee in as close as you'd like to. Stay here for 2 breaths. And then we exhale, soften the right foot down to the mat, soften the shoulder blades down onto the mat. I want you to go ahead and bring both knees in towards the chest. And if you'd like to, just find some organic movement here. You can either let the knees fall side to side. You can gentle windshield wipers with the legs. If you prefer, you can move the knees in a clockwise motion and then a counterclockwise motion. Whatever will help you to ease some tension out of that lower back, out of the hips and the pelvis. Just take this time to find whatever speaks to you. And then when you're ready, we'll return back to the center of our mats. Interlace all 10 fingers underneath the kneecaps, and we'll start to rock and roll a few times forward, a few times back, until we come up onto our sit bones, let the palms of the feet rest on the mat. Beautiful job. Let's start to warm up through the core a little bit more. Whenever you're ready, we're going to bring all 10 fingers to the back side of our thighs. Incline the upper body back about 45 degrees. Lift the chin away from the chest. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, start to find that core engagement on that next inhale. We'll lift the palms of the feet off the mat. You can point to the toes here. Bring the shins parallel to the earth. The hands can stay on the back side of the thighs. For a little more support, palms of the hands can come down onto the mat behind the hips, or for a little more challenge, bring the fingertips in line with the shins. Try to avoid rounding out through the upper body here. Think about keeping the shoulder blades rotated down the length of the spine, creating a broad chest, opening up through the heart while engaging through the core. Deep breaths in through the nose and exhale out. We're just holding our boat to start. Take another deep breath in. And as you exhale, bring both knees in towards the chest. Let yourself come back up to a seated position. We're going to work through some hollow bodies now. We're going to keep moving through these hollow bodies throughout our practice today. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and incline the body back slightly, just like we did for both. When you're ready, lift the shins off the mat. From here, give yourself that nice big hug. As you exhale, extend the legs away from the center of the body. You're creating a hollow body here, hands down by the hips. Inhale, we bring the knees back in towards the chest. Exhale, hollow body. Inhale to lift. If you'd like to take another variation, you can point the toes closer up towards the ceiling. You'll get some tension at the core. We're keeping the legs a little bit more parallel to the earth. We'll add a little more challenge. Just take 2 more hollow bodies. Move with your breath pace. Last one. When we come back up, give yourself that nice big hug here. Beautiful job. When you're ready, let the palms of the feet come to touch. Release the knees down onto the mat for our first bound angle. The palms of the hands can wrap around the ankles. If the hip flexors are really tight still, keep the heels a little further away from the body. As you move with your breath and you feel the hips start to open up and you'd like to work on increasing that range of mobility, you can work to slowly draw the heels closer into the body. Whenever you're ready, let's move through a little bit more of our pranayama breath practice. So from here, we'll inhale, sweep the fingertips up towards the sky, maintaining that bound angle. Exhale, release the fingertips back down to the ankles. Inhale, sweep the fingertips up overhead. Exhale, release the fingertips down to the ankles. You just start to move through this, matching that movement to your breath. If the neck feels tight, you can start to lift the chin away from the chest as the fingertips lift, and exhale, release the gaze down towards the earth. Take 2 more breath cycles here. On your next inhale, we'll sweep the fingertips back up overhead, flip the palms of the hands to face the front side of the room. Exhale, slowly hinging from the hips. Maintain that neutral spinal alignment. Let your fingertips connect down to the earth of the mat in front of you. And think about keeping the shoulder blades away from the ears. Slowly, with every inhale, walk the fingertips a little further away. Exhale, make sure the sit bones are rooted into the mat. Inhale, get a little bit deeper. Exhale, make sure the sit bones are rooted. And you can continue walking the fingertips away until maybe the forehead connects down to the mat. Now this is a deep hip opener, so take your time. Move with your breath before you allow yourself a few moments here to really enjoy this asana today, this pose. On that next inhale, just slowly start to walk the fingertips back in towards the ankles to help you come up to that seated position. Beautiful job. Let's go ahead and bring the knees together to close like the pages of a book. And then we'll extend the legs down the length of your mat. Beautiful job. Think about creating an L shape with the body where the sit bones are rooted. The upper body is parallel to the front side of the ring. From here, we'll inhale, sweep the fingertips up towards the sky, and exhale, hinging just through the hips. Let the fingertips reach towards the palms of the feet, maybe the ankles or the shins instead. I want you to think about keeping the elbows bent just ever so slightly so that way you can maintain an alignment in the spinal column. Move with your breath even here. Inhale to lengthen through that spine. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. One more time. Inhale for a little lift. Exhale, we'll fold and stay here for 2 breaths. You can start to tuck the chin towards the chest, draw the forehead closer to the knee. Then as you inhale, slowly lift back up to our starting position. Exhale, bring up both palms of the hands down onto the mat, framing the width of your hips. Rotate the shoulders towards the back side of the room, drawing shoulder blades together here. Make sure you're gripping the mat with all 10 fingers, and we're moving into our staff pose. As you take that next inhale, begin to just gently lift the hips slightly to hover off the mat. Beautiful job. You're gonna find that start to warm up through the entire upper body. Use your core strength. And then exhale, soften the seat back down, ease that tension out. Whenever you're ready, we're gonna start to bring the feet behind you, bring the knees onto the mat, palms of the hands onto the mat, making your way into a tabletop position. Again, start off by finding your neutral spinal alignment, even with the neck, so your eyes are jumping down towards the mat. And from here, just start to find that natural movement in your body, whatever feels good for you. Maybe wagging the tail from side to side, taking some big hip circles from one way and then the other. You can even shake the head yes, shake the head no. And if the mind is starting to wander, maybe take this time to reconnect with your intention. Maybe reflect on what brings you onto the mat today. After you've had some time to find that movement, we'll all meet back in our tabletop position. The shoulders stacked over the wrists, knees underneath the hips, tops of the feet resting into the mat. As you inhale, slowly lift through the head and heart, lift the belly, sink, finding cow. Exhale, round out through the spine, press it through the shoulders, chin to chest for that. Inhale to find cow. Exhale to find cow. One more inhale for cow. Last exhale for cat. And then return to that neutral tabletop position. Let's start working into some balances. As you inhale, lift the right arm in line with right ear. Exhale, extend that left foot to the back edge of your mat. And then inhale, lift that left foot in line with left hip. You're gonna feel that low back want to arch out. I encourage you to use your core strength. Lift that navel up towards the spinal column to maintain your balance today. Continue to breathe here. In through the nose and out through the nose. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale, set everything back down into your tabletop position. Let's take that to the other side. Inhale, left arm comes in line with left ear. Exhale, right leg extends to the back edge of your mat. Inhale, lift the right foot in line with right hip. Same thing here. You want to avoid arching through the low back. Instead, use your core strength. You can even tilt the pelvis slightly forward to really encourage that movement or that motion. Continue to breathe nice and steady. One more inhale through the nose. Exhale, set everything in to your tabletop position. Let's go ahead and plant the toes in towards the mat. Inhale slowly. We're going to just hover the knees off of the mat to start finding your animal pose. Breathe in, and then exhale, bring the knees back down to the mat, tabletop position. Inhale, lift and hover the knees. Exhale, truly. Inhale to lift. Exhale, release. One more inhale to lift the knees and hover here. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe out through the nose, and on the next inhale, lift the hips all the way up towards the sky. Climb down dog, release the heels towards the earth. Feel free to adjust that down dog stance so you can get a little wider. If you want to, a little more narrow. Think about keeping the balls of the feet breathing towards the mat. So you're gripping the mat with 2 fingers. Maybe take a moment even. Rotate the shoulders down the length of the spine. Make sure your neck is in a neutral position. And then start to pedal up through the legs here. Starting to open up through the hands just a little bit more. Even though we may be holding our poses today, I encourage you guys to try not to hold your breath, to really work to find that yoga breath. A steady inhale matched with that steady even exhale. Whenever you're ready, we're going to return to our center steady down dog. Think about lifting the hips up towards the sky, releasing the heels towards the earth. Breathe in through the nose, and as you exhale, step the feet up to meet the hands, taking our first forward fold. You can bend the knees as much as you would like to. Make sure the belly is contacting, connecting to the thighs. The hands can rest on the mat, they can rest on the block, or you can bring the hands to wrap around opposite elbows. Maybe gently sway from side to side. The crown of the head reach towards the earth. And the great thing about forward folds are they can help to alleviate any tension you may feel in that low back when done correctly. So really use this time to think about releasing that tension in the lumbar spine, letting yourself breathe. Whenever you're ready, return to that center forward fold. Release the fingertips down in front of the toes. As you inhale, we're going to slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Let the head be the last thing that lifts as we take our first Tadasana today. Soften the shoulders down the length of the spine, palms of the hands face the front side of the room. The hands down by the hips. Beautiful job. If you need to, you can adjust the feet to come hips width distance apart. And then from here, let's move through that pranayama breath practice a little more. Inhale, sweep fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center, release the hands to the hips. Inhale to sweep the fingertips, even lifting and moving the gaze to match that movement of the fingertips. On that next exhale, let the hands rest at heart center for a moment. Feel the weight of the palms pressed firmly but gently together. Let your eyes gaze to the front side of the room. From here, take a deep breath in through the nose. As you exhale, hinge through the hips, bending through the knees. Let the upper body incline about 45 degrees, coming into your chair. Think about shifting that weight towards the heels, slightly into the hips. You should be able to lift all 10 toes. It's a balance check before setting them gently back down onto the mat. Hopefully the quads are starting to light up with every inhale. Feel that length in the spinal column. Exhale, lower the hips another inch. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, sit a little lower. From here, start to shift your weight over to the standing right foot. You hover the left foot by right ankle. Take a deep breath in, exhale, gently extend the left foot to the back edge of your mat, moving into crescent lunge. Bring the upper body parallel to the front side of the room, hands at heart center. Your right knee is bent 90 degrees, right knee over right ankle. Left heel lifts off of the mat. The hands can stay at heart center. If you'd like a little more challenge today, you can slowly inhale, lift the biceps up by the ears, spread all 10 fingertips wide. Inhale to lengthen through the spine, exhale, even here, lower the hips another inch. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to lower. One more breath cycle, exhale to lower, and then from here, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, release that left hand to the front side of the room, your right hand goes towards the back side of the room as you gently twist over towards this right knee. Key here is to keep the hips low. You're opening your heart towards the side of the room. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, release the left hand down to the inside of the right foot onto the mat. Your right fingertips lift up towards the sky. Whenever you're ready, take one more breath in through the nose. Exhale, release that right hand to where the left hand once was. Move the left hand underneath left shoulder. So both palms of the hands are to the inside of that right foot. We'll stay here for a moment in your lizard lunge. Make sure that left heel slipped in. And then exhale, release left knee down onto the mat. Plant the top of the left foot into the mat, moving into our lizard stretch. Now, make sure this right knee stays bent 90 degrees. You're gonna feel the stretch out through that back left quad while simultaneously opening up through this front right hip. If this is a comfortable position here on the palms of the hands, you're welcome to stay in this pose. Or if you have a little bit more room, if you'd like to get a little deeper into that hip opener, you can exhale, come down onto the forearms. Try to keep the elbows underneath the shoulders. And just let yourself breathe. Try to maintain that steady breath pace. And that next inhale, we'll walk back up onto the palms of the hands. Bring the right hand to frame your front right foot and plant the left toes into the mat. To inhale, lift the left knee off of the mat. Beautiful job. From here, we're gonna move right into warrior two. So pivot that back left foot parallel to the back edge of your mat. Inhale, we rise up, bringing ourselves into warrior two. The arms are in line with the shoulders. Right knee is bent 90 degrees. Your gaze is over that front right middle finger. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. See if you can lower the hips with every exhale. On that next inhale, we'll cartwheel the hands all the way back down to the mat. Runner's lunge, pivot all 10 toes to face the front side of the room. When you're ready from here, grip them out with all 10 fingers. We're gonna inhale, lift the right leg up towards the sky, three-legged dog. Think about pointing those right toes down to the mat. Right thigh points down towards the mat. And then exhale, release right foot down to down dog. From here, you can either hold down dog, you can release the knees to child's pose, or we can move through a vinyasa half series together. If you'd like to, you can inhale, shift this down dog into high plank. Exhale, bend the elbows 90 degrees, low plank. Inhale, finding up dog. And exhale, down dog. Whenever you're ready, finish out that exhale and release the knees down to the mat. Big toes to touch. Press the hips towards the heels. Child's pose. And just let the forehead connect down onto the mat. See if you can keep a slight bend in the elbows so that way we're easing some tension out of the upper body, out of the wrists. Let the shoulder blades roll down the length of the spine. And maybe take a moment to reconnect with your intention. Whenever you're ready, we will inhale, lift the hips off of the heels, come back into your tabletop position, adjusting your knees to come underneath the hips. And same thing here, if you would like to take a few moments just to find that organic movement in the body, if you prefer, you can also use this time to move through a few rounds of cows and cats. I want you to take 5 breath cycles here to find whatever feels good for you today. Whenever you're ready, we're going to meet back in that neutral tabletop position. From here, go ahead. When you're ready, meet me there. Tabletop position. We'll plant the toes in towards the mat. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, release the heels, down dog. Hopefully this down dog feels different than the one you did at the beginning of our practice. Maybe the heels are a little closer to the mat. We're touching the mat. Maybe the hips are lifted a little bit higher. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale, step the feet up to meet the hands. Forward fold. And we're going to take some binds here. And whatever bind you want to take, you're welcome to take. If you would like to just stretch out through the neck, you can let the fingertips interlace behind the small of your neck to gently guide the head closer down towards the earth. If you'd like to get a little deeper into the hamstrings, you can wrap the forearms around the backside of the calves. And as you inhale, you can lift the hips all the way up towards the sky. Or if you'd like to open up through the shoulders, you can let the crown of the head face down towards the earth still. But sweep the fingertips up towards the sky, make a fist of the hands, and then extend that fist up towards the ceiling. And if you want, you can move through all 3 of those binds. Just to let yourself open up in a different way. Let yourself to take this time to just really enjoy the movement in your body. Whenever you're ready, you can release whatever bind you may have. Let the fingertips come in front of the toes. On your next inhale, again, slowly roll up 1 vertebra at a time. Take your time and let the head be the absolute last thing that lifts. Shoulder blades relax away from the ears. Palms of the hands face the front side of the room. As you inhale, sweep the fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center, hands release down to the hips. Inhale to lift. Exhale, hands to heart center 2 more times. From here, take a deep breath in. Exhale, hinge through the hips, bend through the knees, upper body inclines 45 degrees, chair. We're gonna move through that sequence here to the other side now. Again, check in with your weight distribution. You should be able to lift all 10 toes as a little balance check. Let your eyes gaze down towards the mat with every inhale. Lengthen, exhale, lower the seat. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to lower. And then from here, when you're ready, start to shift your weight over to that standing left foot. Inhale, hover right foot by left ankle. Exhale, extend the right foot to the back edge of your mat, moving into your crescent lunge. You can adjust yourself on the mat if you need to. This time, left knee's bent 90 degrees, right heel's lifted, your hips and shoulders are square to the front side of the room. The hands can stay at heart center again. Inhale, lift the fingertips up towards the sky, but with every exhale, we're all gonna lower the hips down a little bit more. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to lower. Inhale to lengthen, last exhale, really lower it down. Whenever you're ready, begin to release that right hand to the front side of the room, left hand draws to the back, pivoting over and in towards that left knee. Use your core strength to maintain your balance. Inhale to lengthen, exhale, we're gonna release right hand to the inside of that left foot. The left fingertips lift up towards the sky. Make sure your left knee is bent directly over left ankle. Take 1 more breath in, and exhale. Release left hand to the inside of that right foot, or left foot. The right hand comes underneath right shoulder. This is your lizard lunge. If you'd like to build a little bit more strength, you're welcome to stay here today. Or again, you can exhale, bring right knee onto the mat, like the top of the right foot into the mat. Make sure the hips are pointed down in the central, neutral position. You can stay here, try not to lock out through the elbows, keep a slight bend in the elbows, or exhale down onto the forearms. Try to keep that left knee bent 90 degrees. It's not drawing over left ankle, it's not pressing back. It's in a neutral position. You'll feel this gently stretch out through that back right quad, while simultaneously opening up through that front left hip. And on that next inhale, we will walk up onto the palms of our hands. Bring your left hand to frame that front left foot, plant the right toes in towards the mat. Inhale, lift the right knee off the mat for your runner's lunge. You can stay into the fingertips here if you prefer. Whenever you're ready though, pivot that right foot parallel to the back edge of your mat. Inhale, use your core strength, rise up, warrior two to the opposite side. Your left knee is bent 90 degrees. Your arms are in line with the shoulders. The weight is distributed equally between both palms of the feet. One leg shouldn't feel heavier than the other. So just be mindful of these little alignments today. Breathe in through the nose and exhale. Lower the hips into their inch. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to lower. One more deep inhale through the nose, and exhale, cartwheel the hands down to your runner's lunge. Pivot all 10 toes to face the front side of the room. Let the palms of the hands root into the mat. Inhale, we lift the left leg up towards the sky for three-legged dog. Check in with that left hip, make sure it's pointed down towards the mat. Your left toes are curled in towards the shin. And then exhale, find down dog. Same thing here. You can either move through a half series vinyasa with me, you can stay in down dog, or you can go ahead and come into child's pose. For those moving into that vinyasa, inhale to find high plank, exhale low plank, inhale up dog, and exhale down dog. From here, take that breath in through the nose. Exhale, we all release the knees to the mat. Big toes touch, press the hips and heels. Child's pose. And again, let yourself breathe. If the wrists feel a little tight, you can put the palms of the hands out towards the sky, pressing the backs of the hands into the mat. If the shoulders feel tight, you can bring the hands to reach for the heels and just let the forehead rest onto the mat. Again, just allow yourself this time to breathe. This time to maybe just reflect. And really let go of everything else. From here, go ahead and bring the fingertips to the front edge of your mat. We're going to lift the gaze forward, letting the chin draw towards the mat. Plant the fingertips in towards the mat, tenting the palms of the hands off. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, walk the fingertips over towards the right. Press the hips away over to the left. Beautiful job. Whenever you're ready, inhale, walk the fingertips to the center. And then walk the fingertips over towards the left as you press the hips over towards the right to stretch it out across the right side of the body. And inhale, we walk hands back to the center. Exhale, soften down into that child's pose. On your next inhale, lift the hips off of the heels. Find your tabletop position. We're going to move through a few more spinal balances here with the option to move into tiger pose today. Whenever you're ready, inhale, lift the right arm in line with right ear. Exhale, extend the left foot to the back edge of your mat. And then inhale, lift that left leg off of the mat. The left toes are gently curled in towards the shin. You're creating one long line with the body. And if you would like to, you can go ahead and start to bend through that left knee. You've got pointing the left toes up towards the sky. To move into tiger, you're going to bring your right hand around to the back, to the right side of the mat. Reach that right hand around left ankle and try to do your best not to shift your weight too much over to one side or the other. You're going to stay centered and neutral here. With every inhale, Inhale, you're lifting that leg higher up towards the sky. Exhale, find your balance. Inhale to lift, and exhale slowly with control. Release into your spinal balance. And then come back into your tabletop position. Nice job. If you'd like to take a little wrist stretch, you can put the palms of the hands up toward the sky, fingertips away from you. Gently lean your weight back, lean your weight forward. We're going to take that to the other side. When you're ready, let the palms of the hands connect back down to the mat for your traditional tabletop position. On your next inhale, we'll lift left arm in line with left ear. Exhale, extend right leg to back into your mat. Inhale, lift that right foot in line with right hip. Now you want to avoid opening this right thigh over towards the side of the room. Think about pointing that right thigh down towards the earth. Again, if you'd like to move into tiger, start to bend through right knee. Try to do your best to keep that right thigh lifted. You can slowly bring the left hand around towards the left side, reaching that left hand around right ankle. Inhale, lift that leg a little higher. Exhale, use your core strength. Inhale to lift. Exhale to balance. And then slowly release back into your spinal balance. And then into your tabletop position. Nice job. And again, if you want that little wrist stretch, put the palms of the hands up towards the sky. Gently shift your weight slightly back. Shift your weight slightly forward. From here, plant all the palms of the hands back into the mat. Plant all 10 toes into the mat. Inhale to gently lift the hips. Exhale to release the heels, down dog. We're going to finish out our practice with just a few vinyasas today before we move into dolphin. And we come back down into a supine position. So whenever you're ready, this is the last little bit, just burn up some energy. Take a deep breath in through the nose to lean into your high plank, or you can modify this by letting the knees down to the mat. As you exhale, find low plank. Inhale for up dog. Exhale, down dog. We're just going to move through that. Find high plank, low plank, up dog, down dog. Move with your breath here. You don't have to go very fast, but I want you to move through at least 3 more vinyasas. When you're ready, we'll meet back in down dog. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, begin to just gently bend the knees as you set the forearms down to the mat. All 10 fingertips are spread out nice and wide on the mat. You can stay here in this variation of the dolphin, or you can inhale, gently begin to descend through the legs, lifting the hips even higher. Now the crown of the head is not resting on the mat, it's just hovering about ½ an inch off of the earth. You're gonna feel a big lift through the shoulders, a big opening of the heart. Take one more deep breath in through the nose, and when you're ready, exhale the knees down onto the mat. We're gonna move into poppy pose. So if you want to walk the fingertips about 2 or 3 inches away to the front edge of your mat, bring the chin to rest down on the mat, and maintain that openness through the heart. You're gonna keep the hips lifted here. Now you can imagine why this is called poppy pose. Well, it's a lot like that pose our doggies have to take when they wake up from a long nap. Remember to keep breathing here. And then when you're ready, slowly inhale, lift up, bring the palms of the hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, tops of feet into the mat for your tabletop position. We'll inhale to find cow. Exhale to find cat. One more inhale for cow. And one more exhale for cat. And then we'll press the hips back to the heels, big toes to touch, child's pose. Beautiful work today, everyone. So allow yourself this time to breathe, to slow the breath back down. And from here, begin to walk the fingertips in towards the knees. So help yourself press up into your hero's pose. You can bring the inner thighs to touch. The shins are resting on the mat, the hips are resting on the heels. We'll just be here for a quick moment. Let the palms of the hands rest on the thighs. Gently rotate the shoulders, maybe a few times forward, a few times back. And then let the shoulder blades soften down the length of the spine. See if you can close the gaze. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale, sigh that breath away, out through the mouth. Breathe in through the nose. Audible exhale out through the mouth. One last time. Deep breath in. Audible exhale out through the mouth. Release that heat. And then whenever you're ready from here, let the hands come down to the mat to support you as you allow the legs to extend out in front of you once again. Creating that L shape of the body. Sit bones are rooted into the mat. All 10 toes are flexed. Inhale, sweep the fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, hinging through just the hips, maintaining that spinal alignment. Seated forward fold. And you don't have to worry about reaching all the way for the toes. You can reach for the ankles or the shins, wherever feels good. Toes gently flexed. Shoulders away from the ears. Just moving through this asana at your own pace with your breath. Then on that next inhale, we'll slowly lift the fingertips up towards the sky. If you'd like to, you can keep the fingertips lifted overhead, or you can bring the hands in line with the shoulders as you gently roll down one vertebra at a time, coming down onto your mat, adjusting yourself if you need to for a full body stretch. Point the toes away from the crown of the head, point the toes away from the belly button. Deep breath in, exhale, soften the shoulder blades away from the ears. Inhale to lengthen, and then exhale. The palms of the hands come down by the hips. Ease that tension out of the ankles. Whenever you are ready, we'll inhale, walk the palms of the feet onto the mat, bending both knees, and we'll move through those bridge poses again. Let your shoulder blades rest all the way flush into the mat. Palms of the hands grip the mat. Inhale, lift the hips off of the earth. Squeeze through the glutes. Use your core here for stability. Try not to overarch through that low back. And exhale, soften the hips down. Inhale, we'll lift the hips one more time. We'll stay here again, just for a few moments. And then exhale, soften the seat back into the earth. Whenever you're ready, we'll inhale, bring both knees in towards the chest for double wind relieving pose. You can keep all 10 toes gently flexed. Maybe allow yourself to sway a little to the right, a little to the left. We're going to take our spinal twist with both knees in together today. So when you're ready, return back to the center of your mat. Inhale, lift the right arm up towards the sky. Place that right hand to the outer edge of that left thigh. Gently guide the knees over towards the left side of the room. Open the left arm in line with left shoulder, and then bring your eyes over towards that left side of the room. The hands can now both open up in line with the shoulders if you'd like. Make sure the shoulder blades are resting in the mat. If you'd like to get even deeper into this twist, you can begin to gently extend the legs over towards the right. Whenever you're ready, bend through the knees again. And inhale, we'll come back to the center of our mat. Bring all 10 fingertips underneath the kneecaps. And let's take that to the other side. Inhale, lift left arm up towards the ceiling. Place the left hand on the outer edge of your right thigh. Guide the knees together over towards the left. Open left arm in line with left shoulder. And then maybe right arm in line with right shoulder. Your eyes are over towards the right. Try not to let this right shoulder blade lift off the mat. That way you can maintain that open heart up towards the ceiling. Again, if you'd like to get a little deeper, you can begin to extend the legs over towards the left side of the room. Remember to keep breathing. You can always start to shut down the eyes to cool down with the practice. Whenever you're ready, bend through the knees again. And inhale, we bring the knees onto the center. Wrap all 10 fingers underneath the kneecaps, giving yourself that double and really big pose. Maybe gently massage out the low back if it feels tight at all today. And then from here, let the palms of the hands come down by the hips. Inhale, we'll gently extend to legs up the wall. Let the quads lay in line with the hips. Try not to let the quads punch up towards the face. By keeping the quads in line with the hips, you're allowing that back to lay flush into the mat here. And keep all 10 toes gently flexed up towards the ceiling. And if the shoulders are still tight, maybe take this time to open the arms in line with the shoulders, either flipping the palms of the hands up towards the sky, or maybe flipping the palms of the hands in towards the earth. So let yourself this time to breathe. Start to quiet down the mind. Letting go again. Any negativity you may feel today. Whenever you're ready, exhale, gently bend through the knees, coming into a supine tabletop position. The shins are parallel to the earth. The knees are again in line with the hips. Just let yourself breathe. Take another deep breath in, and then exhale. Let the palms of the feet come on down to the mat. And then find whatever final stretch you would like to take here at the end of our practice, whether that may be a bound angle in a supine position. Maybe you'd like to take those figure 4 stretches again, or maybe what's missing today is a happy baby. Just allow yourself this time to give back to yourself in your busy day. Just enjoy your practice. And then whenever you're ready, you can release into your supine position. Letting the legs come to rest all the way down on the mat. Just letting the legs gently extend naturally from the hip sockets. And the hands can come to rest down by the hips. With the palms of the hands either planted in towards the earth if you'd like to feel a little more grounded, a little more centered today, or you can flip the palms of the hands up towards the sky if you'd like to feel a little more open. Start to close down the eyes, shut down that gaze if you haven't done so already. If you've maintained that steady yogi breath, start to just gently release it, coming into your own natural pattern of breathing. Soften the shoulders into the mat. Release that tension. And you start to maybe even relax a bit more through the jaw, just letting the mat hang heavy. Maybe releasing that furrow between the brows as you let that sensation drift down the fingertips and toes. If you have any thoughts still weighing heavy on your heart, use this time to quiet the mind, to calm the senses. Breathing in and breathing out. With every exhale, think about letting go of that negativity, letting go of any judgments, and then letting go of any thoughts that you may have. You start to create that blank canvas for your mind, making your way into that meditative state. Shavasana today. Surrender yourself to your surroundings. Let yourself simply be. Whenever you're ready, you begin to wiggle the fingertips, wiggle the toes, bring that life into sensation slowly back in the mind and into the body. Allow yourself this time to reconnect with this being. Taking a deep breath in through the nose, drawing that life in air, down deep into the belly. Or exhaling gently, letting that breath go. If you'd like to stay here in this different position today, you're welcome to stay here for as long as you would like to. Otherwise, go ahead and allow yourself to roll over onto one side of your mat. You can keep your eyes closed with the head rest in the crook of an elbow. Taking time to gently awaken here. When you're ready, inhale to lift up into an easy seated position. The sit bones connect to the mat. One leg crossed on top of the other. Whenever you're ready, you can inhale, sweep the fingertips up towards the sky, and exhale, release our hands to our heart center. Thank you so much for sharing in your practice with me this evening. It's truly a blessing to see each and every single one of you on the mat. May love and light continue to enter into your life, leading and guiding your actions. Through the rest of today, through the rest of your days. Namaste. Thank you guys for a lovely practice. I had a great time with you, and I can't wait to see you guys again sometime soon.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley.